He grew up in a broken home. No money, no connections, just a dream to live a life better than the one he was born into. This is the story of how Howard Schultz went from the projects of Brooklyn to becoming the visionary behind Starbucks, and how he changed the way the world drinks coffee forever. In a cramped apartment in Brooklyn, New York, a little boy named Howard watched his father come home, injured again. He worked menial jobs, truck driver, factory worker, anything to feed the family. But there were no benefits, no health care, no dignity. Howard remembers that day. His father slipped on the ice. He broke his hip, and they lost everything. That image burned into his soul. He said, "I saw what it meant to be powerless, and I swore one day I would never let that happen to my family again." He wasn't born to win. No Ivy League, no silver spoon, just public housing and public schools. But what he had was fire. Howard hustled. He played football. He got a scholarship. He became the first in his family to go to college. While others partied, he worked. He sold blood to pay for textbooks. He washed dishes to eat dinner. Howard didn't want to be rich. He wanted to escape. Years later, working for a kitchen appliance company, Howard found himself in Seattle. He walked into a tiny shop called Starbucks. It didn't sell lattes. It didn't sell frappuccinos. It just sold coffee beans. But something clicked. He saw potential. He said, "This isn't just coffee, this is a lifestyle." Then a trip to Italy changed everything. In Milan, he watched people sipping espresso in cafes, not rushing, but connecting, talking, laughing, living. That was it. He didn't want to sell coffee. He wanted to create a place where people feel seen, where people belong. A third place between work and home. Howard rushed back to the U.S. Full of fire, he pitched his idea to the Starbucks founders. They said no. He begged. They said no again. So he quit with no money, no security, just a vision. He started his own cafe called Il Giornale. He poured coffee by hand, wiped tables, welcomed every customer, and people felt it. The warmth, the culture, the community. In 1987, Howard got a second chance. The Starbucks founders were ready to sell. Howard needed $3.8 million. He didn't have it. But he knocked on every door, made every call, sold his dream like his life depended on it. Because it did. He said, "I told them, you're not investing in coffee. You're investing in people." And finally, he did it. At 34 years old, Howard Schultz bought Starbucks. From one store to over 36,000 around the world. But he didn't stop at selling coffee. He gave his employees health care, stock options, education. He treated his people like family because he remembered what it felt like to be forgotten. Howard Schultz turned coffee into a movement. He made Starbucks a place where the barista knows your name, where strangers sit and talk, where dreams are planned. One day, years later, Howard returned to Brooklyn. Same streets, same broken buildings. But now he was different. He didn't come back to show off. He came back to remember the pain that built him, the silence that shaped him, the fire that never died. Howard Schultz wasn't born successful. He was born with struggle, with scars, with soul. He didn't just build a coffee empire. He built hope for every kid who grew up poor, for every dreamer with nothing but belief, for every fighter who refuses to quit. So next time you walk into Starbucks, remember, it started with one boy, one dream, and a promise to never be powerless again. Thanks for watching.